This is Dr. Lou Sella, and I'm a doctor of sport and performance psychology. In this video, we're going to discuss the 7 nightmares you create for your opponent when you run the Flexbone. These are the 7 nightmares you create for your opponent. Think about it. They have to deal with this all week, and they only get 3 qualitative practices. You're running an offense that really nobody else runs, and here they are in no particular order, the 7 nightmares that you create for your opponent when you run the Flexbone. Number 1, the triple team. And you imagine in today's environment, a defensive tackle, he's 15 years old, he lines up, and now he's going to get triple teamed. The guard's going to post him up, the tackle's going to come down, the center's going to come lateral, and then block the blocker. And you got 3 dudes blocking 1 dude. You don't think it's a nightmare all week for your opposing coaching staff to go, well, how do we protect him? Can't hide. Maybe they change their defensive scheme if they're even front. Maybe they, decide this week, well, we'll go to an odd front or on whatever thought process they have. But that's only one nightmare. The second nightmare is then you run the triple team with quarterback runs, so now you have all 10 blockers. So now they got to go against 10 blockers. So if they want to line up and play man coverage, their DBs are focused on the men they're covering, and then the quarterback runs right past them. You're a nightmare. You are a nightmare. So that's nightmare number 2. Number 3, then they got to defend the midline triple option. So now they got to play assignment football. So now you've got defensive linemen that have to play man coverage, because all it takes is one of those defensive linemen not getting to the quarterback or the pitch, or they don't get on the dive, and you're out the game. That's all it takes. So the defensive tackle decides he's going to run up the field instead of take the dive. Bam, you're gone. Now, a lot of times you don't call it when that happens, but all it takes is a kid on defense doing what he wants, and you're out the gate. Paul Johnson used to say it takes one play to change everything. And it sure does. So that's nightmare number 3. You've got midline triple option. And what the midline triple option does, it forces defensive linemen, the B gap player, the C gap player, the D gap player, they got to play man coverage now, because they got to lock on the B back, the A back, the quarterback. Not really used to doing that. And you're doing it from under center, so it hits so much faster. So that's nightmare number 3. Nightmare 1, the triple team. Nightmare number 2, quarterback runs behind the triple team, which desperately expose man coverage. And number 3, midline triple option. Number 4, and this is huge in high school, even more than college, the rocket toss. Coaches in high school are terrified of the rocket toss. I've said for years, rocket toss is like if you have a bat in your house. He's flying around and it happens real fast, and you can't get your eyes on it. You're afraid you're not going to see it. It's going to come and bite you in the back of the head. You're going to get rabies. You're going to die. That's what the rocket toss does. Because it's so fast, it draws everybody's attention. And what it does is, if you get the ball outside the forest, you get big yards. If you catch them in a blitz, which is why you call it, you get big yards, because they can't get anybody to scrape over the top to help. But what it does too is it opens up the down, because the D-gap player widens when he sees fast movement on the other side, and then all of a sudden he gets kicked out by the guard, and the ball runs into a massive void. And it opens up the boot. And so what happens is you see motion go one way, and then it goes extreme the other way with an extended passing play with 4 eligible receivers. It's a nightmare. But in high school, coaches overplay it so bad. They're so worried about it. It opens up everything else. That's why high school guys fall in love with the down. You get rocket going, forget about it. The boot does open up too, but so does the down. So, we've already talked about the nightmares. The triple team, quarterback runs behind the triple team, which if you catch them in man coverage, a lot of times quarterbacks running uncontested past the people because their eyes are focused on their man and not the quarterback. Number 3, the midline triple option, which forces the defense to have to play assignment football. Then you got the rocket toss. Then number 5 is play action. Because if corners and safeties fly up and they sacrifice pass coverage for run support, you throw over their head, and now you got yourself an explosive play or a touchdown. It's a nightmare. It forces the secondary to have to just sit back and be passive. Well, they can try to be aggressive, and then the next play you throw over their head where they're supposed to be. That's nightmare number 5. Number 6 are balanced formations. Because the defense doesn't know where you're going. Because when you're in flex and you're in spread, you're balanced. They don't know where you're going. So you line up and you have everything you need to be successful. And what happens is the defense doesn't know where you're going. So by creating balance, you create, well, we don't know where they're going, so we have to assume it's going to go wide side. We got to assume it's going quarterback's throwing hand. But that doesn't mean anything in this offense. So now you force a guessing game. And then number 7, the 7th nightmare is, okay, you come off balance. Then all of a sudden you bring the tackle over, split the receiver out wide, put the backside receiver in as the backside tackle. And now you're in unbalanced with the heavy formation. So now they got to play the unbalanced formation. Do they slide over? Do they take their post safety and just slide him over and keep everybody the same? What do they do? And if they don't do anything, well, then you just take advantage. So you've created 7 nightmares, and they get 3 qualitative days to practice for these 7 nightmares. The triple team, the quarterback runs behind the triple team, which expose man coverage. Midline triple option, which forces the defense to have to play assignment football and forces down defenders to have to play man coverage, because now they got to cover a guy in the run game. Then you've got, well, they're unblocked and they got to cover somebody in the run game. Then you've got rocket toss, which opens everything up. Plus, if they get the ball inside the force, you're getting a horizontal, they get vertical. Opens up the down, opens up the boot. Play action. So if the secondary sacrifices pass coverage for run support, you throw over their heads. Balanced formations, they don't know where you're going. Unbalanced formations, now how do they adjust? Do they slide everybody over? Do they slide one man over? Do they take the post safety, move it from the middle of the field over, which is what most high school teams do, and sacrifice half a man? 7 nightmares you create. Are you ready for this? You can change the trajectory of your coaching career and the lives of your players, coaches, and stakeholders. I've been helping people for 15 years. Today, I start my 16th spring of running Triple Option Football Academy camps. Going here in the South, ready to do it in a couple hours. Well, I want to help you too. So give me a call, whether you want to do the Triple Option Football Academy camp or just the academy. Go to tripleoptionfootball.com and give me a call. 570-332-0265. 570-332-0265. And I will see you in the next video. We'll talk soon. And I just ran over a turtle on the interstate. All right.